Hello and welcome to this week's Live Local and Loud with me, Kevin Gaughan. On this week's show, I shall be chatting to young Karl and Chris from the Masters of Metal themselves, 11 Years Tyranny. And we'll also be playing lots of homegrown music by local bands. Hello, I hope you had a great Christmas and a smashing New Year. Okay, so to kick things off, talking about great things, here's the Mercians' latest track. It was released last month, December 2022. It's a gorgeous little number called Little Shore Lane.
Some felonies, bombs dropped on families I've never seen except from at home on the TV screen. It's too easy to turn it all off. Cascades of prices, the rising in people like us are defrauded. Trouble sleeping, the world is bleeding. We're all alone. Hold out, it'll come around. Only born to drown. They somehow justify the pain and the crown. Hold out, it'll come around. If we're born to drown, it's time we're taking the crown. The systems are broken, it's making me lose all my hope. When the tyranny can turn a blind eye to the ones they bleed, they prevail or we fall apart. Empty houses, 1,000 doors and keys. So why are there people living on the streets? Trouble sleeping, the world is bleeding. We're on hold out, it'll come around. Only born to drown. They somehow justify the pain and the crown. Hold out, it'll come around. If we're born to drown, it's time we're taking the crown. Keep coming, so keep running. Too many with dreams running into the ground. Keep coming, so keep running. It's time we're taking the crown.
The cost of living in the UK is rising. Gunfire and explosions have been heard here. Special operation in the Ukraine. More than one illegal Christmas party down the state at home.
I would like to issue an apology to the British people.
Police have cornered off part of London. The Mercians from Leicestershire have been at the heart of the protests. I'm sick of it! Look at this country, let's go!
It'll come around. It'll come around. It'll come around. It'll come around. It'll come around.
Poor are getting poorer, and the rich, they're just getting richer, mate.
That was the Mercians and Little Shore Lane, their latest number. And of course, the Mercians are definitely on the up. They had a fantastic year last year. They finished it off by supporting Tom Mayen at Leicester's O2 Academy in December. Great. And it was packed out as well, so that was great news for them. Now we're going to have a blast from the past. Not too sure how to pronounce this. It's either Idiac or Idiac. Either way, it's their song called Stay in Your Homes.
Obey all orders without question. Stay in your homes. No more than 2 people may gather anywhere without permission. Do not attempt to contact loved ones, insurance agents, or attorneys. Use only the drugs prescribed by your boss or supervisor. Stay in your homes. Remain calm. Do not panic. Be happy. Stay in your home. Remain calm. Do not panic. Stay in your homes. All constitutional rights have been suspended. Shut up! Be happy! Remain calm! Do not panic! Shut up! Be happy! Stay in your home! Shut up! Be happy! Remain calm! Do not panic! Shut up! Be happy! Stay in your home! Shut up! Be happy! Remain calm! Do not panic! Shut up! Be happy! Stay in your home! Shut up! Be happy! Remain calm! Do not panic! Shut up! Be happy! Stay in your home! Do not attempt to think or depression may occur. The number one enemy of progress is questions. National security is more important than individual will. Cameras and surveillance equipment will be posted on all lampposts and streetlights. Stay in your homes. Stay in your homes. The comfort you've demanded is now mandatory. At last, everything is done for you.
was the wonderful Idiac and Stay in Your Homes. Not too sure what Idiac's up to these days. That song was released a couple of years ago. Yeah, about 2020 actually, 2020, 2021. So it doesn't seem to be doing many gigs these days. His last post on his social media was a couple of months ago, so there you go. Not sure what he's up to. Anyway, somebody who is prolific on the local music scene is Ferris and Pathfinder.
Change the way you feel about them. All these changes I'm making, it could have been you. Life is full of chances we're taking. You gotta see them through.
Ferris and Pathfinder. No stranger to the local music scene. They played Firebug last week upstairs, and that was I hear that was a really good gig, so well done for them. Look forward to what they've got coming up in 2023. Meanwhile, here's the latest from Gazelle and Arcadia.
Lord Biden waiting in silence was a fan of taxidermy. On patrol with a silver blunderbuss aimed at the brass foundry. The night train from the jukebox was playing out from coffee bars down on the Bond Street. It's drowned out by the sound of the merry-go-round. Hey, hey, get off the carousel now. Hey, hey, it's been one song
was last year's single from the wonderful gazelle Arcadia. Okay, so now it's time for this week's interview, where I'm chatting to Karl and Chris from the Masters of Metal themselves. It's a band called 11 Years Tyranny. I had a great little chat with them. So rocking things up a bit, and here's one of their songs, False Hope.
Suffering relentlessly with our fatal enemy unforeseen, and then you sacrifice the right to breathe. Strongest at the links, cracks form in between, broken indistinct. We count numbers, they count lies. Strongest at the links, cracks form in between, broken, indistinct. Second guessing the duty to protect when you're fighting off rumors of neglect. Got the slack on the rope around your neck. Solidarity pulls us back to life, flooding out of the darkness, please the light. We accept the numbers, count for lives. Strongest at the links, cracks form in between, broken indistinct. We count numbers, they count lives. We're strongest at the links, cracks form in between, broken indistinct. We count numbers, they count lives. They took the reins, they took the strain when we were weak. They took the reins, blocked out the pain for our survival. No memory, the ones who fell. One more gun in the fight for survival. The strongest at the place went down as death surrounds. I'm sick to death of false hope. One more gun in the fight for survival. I'm sick to death of false hope. We saw the life drain from her face, but think at least they're not in vain. Can't imagine the grief that must remain. Suffering relentlessly with our fatal enemy unforeseen, and then you sacrifice the right to breathe. Strongest at the links, cracks form in between, broken indistinct. We count numbers, they count lies.
That was False Hope by the incredible 11 Years Tyranny. And this week's interview is with Karl and Chris from the band. Hello, guys. How the devil are you today?
Hello,
I know
fantastic.
you.
Excellent, excellent. Now, can you just tell me, Karl and Chris, what parts do you play in the band and who else is in the band, please?
So I'm Karl. I play bass and do backing vocals with 11 Years Tyranny.
And I'm Chris, and I perform lead guitar. And we've got our other members, Adam and Josh, and our brand new member Peter. So Adam is the rhythm guitarist, Josh is our drummer, and Peter is the new vocalist.
Is the new vocalist. Excellent. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Excellent. Thank you very much for joining us on my little show and taking the time out. Really appreciate it. Now, I've got to start with the name, really. 11 Years Tyranny. I don't even know what it means. How did you come to that name?
Yeah, so I mean, if we were to Google it, the first thing you'd find out about is the personal rule, which basically it's a time period in the UK where Charles was ruling without Parliament.
Oh.
And we're just sort of drawing attention to the danger of like political corruption, and I think the time period that 11 Years Tyranny refers to was a pretty like messed up time in history, but in the same vein that like a lot of metal bands go for, it's we're kind of just drawing attention to that, and it's just some food for thought. And I think it has a bit of a ring to it and a nice acronym, so that's why when I joined the band we chose to stick with it.
Politics, is that a theme that runs through a lot of your songs then? Because I know the one we've just played, False Hope, is a little bit political. Is that right?
Yeah, it's sure. It's kind of like where our thought pattern lies. It's just the way that things are run. We're a bit anti, should we say, amongst the way that things are actually run, and the way that we feel that people are treated as well in like day-to-day life. It's just something we feel quite passionate about and something we're like writing about.
Okay, so without getting too political then, False Hope, then what's that about?
False Hope was based upon the I think it was how the NHS was let down. And or that we feel that the NHS was really let down. And Carl, you could probably help me out on this one, but just the way that wages were very short, and all these people are at the front line, working themselves to death and saving lives for very minuscule pay.
Our drummer is involved with the NHS, and he had a really strong input on this. I mean, there was over 850 NHS staff that were lost during the COVID period.
That's it. Yeah,
and that could have been a lot fewer if things were handled better. If there was better PPE and better support for those staff. So I mean, just a bit of a reflection on that.
Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. That's good stuff. I must admit, I do like the contrasting vocals you've got going there, the shouty vocals and the smooth vocals. So you've got a new vocalist, have you, Peter? Is that right?
Yeah, yes. That's right. I mean, when we trialed him, that was quite key to us, because it's something that became part of our identity with the band, was what Alex brought to the table with his quite unique voice and both great screams, but very digestible, but also a lot of melody and a lot of harmonic singing. So I've been working on that a lot as well personally, trying to add a bit of flavor and a bit of like extra depth in the vocal department. But when we chose Peter, we definitely wanted someone that had all that range and capability.
Wow. So Peter actually sings both parts then, does he?
Our recordings that we've released so far is all with Alex, and he's also produced those songs.
Right, the old singer, so Alex did both the shouty bits and the not so shouty bits.
Yeah, that's right.
In essence,
So Peter's going to do both of those as well, then, is he? Or should he do it?
In
Excellent.
the it's probably going to be obviously re-released under a different vocalist, because the recordings that we've got are only of Alex. So so Peter's going to be the new guy in the new recordings of the same.
Good. I can't wait to see what he sounds like. I must admit, Alex is the smoother bits reminded me a little bit of Ozzy Osbourne, I felt.
As a funny one to mention, he actually talked about in production working with Black Sabbath's guitarist, or one of their
the engineer. The Black Sabbath
one of the guitar engineers had a lot of input at the university where Alex was doing his production. You're
obviously a metal band. Have you been around long on the Leicester scene?
A bit of a story. Won't go too far into it, but basically the name and everything was first established in 2013, where
Wow.
me and our drummer Josh were basically a band with a load of different guys. We made the name up in like some student accommodation in Leicester where we were rehearsing, and then we've taken a long time out, and then me and Josh we lost contact for a while because he got married and I was dealing with things in my personal life. And in 2019 he just sent me a message with a picture of a drum kit and he says, "Dude, look what I got." And I was like, "Oh, that's awesome." He says, "Want to jam?" I was like, "Yeah." And that was it. And then 11 Years Tyranny kind of came back to life. And then very fortunately, we got the rest of the guys together, Carl, Adam, and Alex.
Do you play many metal competitions in Leicester?
Ooh,
Yeah,
with Metal to the Masses, we had to go at that, was it, if you consider that?
We'll be in Melton Masters again this year. I mean, it was only one of our first couple shows last year, and we were just about, finding our sound and sort of getting together. But we've got our coming up is our first birthday, basically, as a band playing shows together. So, it's only been a relatively short space of time. We're starting to get a bit more clear and confident with our identity, our sound, and how we want to perform. So I think going into Metal to Masters, our heat is on the 5th of February this year.
Oh, at Duffy's Bar, is that? Or...
Yes, precisely. And that will be our second show of the year.
Excellent. Look forward to that. And of course, Metal to the Masses is the beginning of the long road to Bloodstock, isn't it? Playing at Bloodstock.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Bloodstock is quite special. I mean, I think anyone who is invested in metal in the UK should know. Bloodstock, I've been multiple times. Wow. It is by far and away one of the best festivals you'll ever go to. So it's definitely worth trying to get up on that stage for sure.
Yeah, that sounds brilliant. Okay, so let's play a second song now. I Won't Rest. Ooh, would you like to tell us about that? Is that your new single?
That's the most recent track we've released. Yeah.
Yep.
Came out just before Christmas.
Wow, brilliant. And what's it? How did the inspiration come about?
I remember we came into practice and we started putting most of our songs together, but Alex was still sort of finding ideas and inspiration for different lyrical themes, and he came in just really pissed off after spending time back in Birmingham at his student accommodation, and there was a guy he was just absolutely fed up of every single day, and it became just a running theme sort of within our practices where he was so fed up with this guy, and he's like, "Oh, screw it, I'm gonna make a song about him." And it's just the song in principle is just kind of a backlash against like those characters in life that just no matter where you are and what you're doing, like they'll always find a way to make things worse.
Right.
And yeah, just sort of a expression against that, just a bit of freedom of backlash, basically.
Does that guy know that he was the inspiration for the song?
I doubt it.
Definitely not.
All right, well, here's I Won't Rest by 11 Years Tyranny.
chase when you can't even run. I won't rest. Pretentious. I won't rest. Your innocence don't virtue is more. Can I look past the pain? All that remains. Have you felt the guilt blood on your hands? I won't rest till you're broken. Morals repressed me for too long. Then you stayed up the ground where you belong. Blood on your hands. I won't rest till you're broken. I won't rest. I won't rest. Pretentious. I won't rest. Your innocence don't virtue is worn. Can I look past the pain? All that remains. Have you felt the guilt blood on your hands? I won't rest till you're broken. Morals repressed me for too long. Then you stayed out the ground where you belong. Blood on your hands. I won't rest till you're broken. I won't rest.
That was I Won't Rest by the incredible 11 Years Tyranny, and I'm here with Carl and Chris from the band. Now, here in sunny Colville, where Hermitage FM is coming from, we have a thing called the Queen Victoria Bikers Pub. Have you got any plans to play there at all?
Yes, in July. It's I forget if it's
Colville Metal Invasion. That's the one.
Metal Invasion.
That's the
Yeah,
one.
there's a small festival they put together every year, and they get a whole bunch of metal bands down for that. Yeah, just a celebration in summer of some good metal and some beers and everything.
That sounds brilliant, because I could see your band, just the right sort of band really for the Queen Victoria. So that sounds good. So that's sometime in July. Have you got a date for that? An actual date?
Yeah, the day we're playing is on Saturday, I believe, the 8th of July. And that festival runs all through Friday, Saturday, Sunday, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's it. I'm glad you remember, mate.
That's great. That sounds like a great gig. I can see you've got a few festivals lined up for next year. How do you get these festival slots? Do you just?
We're quite lucky. We had Harry from Unearthed reach out to us. He was in conversation with our guitarist Adam, and he sort of he made an effort to reach out and let us know what kind of opportunities there were, and what sort of slots for shows that they were looking to fill. We actually got a show at the Hairy Dog in Derby through the same channel.
Yeah.
And it's Unearthed Festival, which is in June, that we're also going to be playing.
Wow. That's brilliant. So he's like an agent, is he?
Yeah, Harry works with the Unearthed management group.
Oh, okay.
And he's quite goes like a finger on the pulse when it comes to new bands that are on the scene.
Okay, guys. So I've not had the pleasure of seeing you perform yet, although I might be doing in February when you're playing Metal to the Masses. If I did come and see you perform, what would I be faced with if I did?
Yeah, I would say the music that we play is pretty bouncy. I mean, I think we've got about 7 or 8 songs in the bank, and yeah, we're I'd say 1 or 2 of our songs, especially one that's in make at the minute, is quite melodic.
Right.
So I would say that you would expect quite bouncy songs and then quite melodic and deep, expressive
Okay.
songs.
Would
So
you
you've got a couple
jump
of
into the
flavors.
audience or?
From time to time, if there's room.
I've not
Yeah.
done that yet, but Carl has.
Yeah, no, I love it. I like. I mean, between like this will be our first show coming up in January with our new vocalist, but he's clearly got all the energy to kind of engage with the crowd that we were looking for. But we love, yeah, I mean, because we're quite used to playing the like small shows in Leicester, it's very intimate, and we love to try and like just build up a lot of energy, and we want some parts to some songs that are really catchy and easy to sort of sing along to if you've heard the song a few times. But we also, we love, like, there's a great crowd in Leicester. There's people who just love to come along and headbang, so we want to really cater to them as well. But yeah, the occasional slower or melodic parts, just to give people a bit of a breather and express some feelings of some variety, but nothing. We don't need to drag it out. Like, you only get a short time on the stage, so want to make the most of it.
Excellent. That sounds
we do
brilliant.
occasionally throw some covers in if we are feeling up to it, or just to get a bit of a different flavor for the night. But yeah,
that sounds brilliant. That sounds like great fun. Do you get the old circle pits going and all that?
Yeah, I mean, the Leicester crowd, there's a few people that have just got endless amounts of energy and they just want to show it. So
yeah, they do, don't they?
We
Would you say Leicester's got a good metal scene then?
I'd say so, personally. Yeah, it's kind of part of the reason I chose to stay in this part of the country of all things. So yeah, definitely for me.
Wow. Okay, brilliant.
You've fortunately got a lot of the people around in Leicester as well. Like, they're super cool, and you can just literally go join them and just get on. And then everybody's kind of got the metal taste, or the heavy metal taste, the death metal taste, the black metal taste, and everybody just gets along. And so you can literally just bring your guitar to a show and all that, set up your amp and all that, and you're going to have a good time. And Leicester's just really special for that.
That's it. And like you say, your music, I think, sort of spans several different sort of, sub-genres, isn't it? Because it's like rocky metal. As you say, you've got the slower parts, which are more rocky, and then you've got the faster parts, which are a little bit more hardcore. And you've got your growly singing and your nice smooth singing going there. So you touch on a lot of different people's tastes, a lot of different genres.
Yeah, I think that's pretty core to our identity as a band. It's kind of how we sort of pushed ourselves. I think we all have a bit of different inspiration, and we want to just try lots of different things. I think that does represent us.
We're still trying to find ourselves in a lot of ways, aren't we? I mean, like, because we're still quite fresh on the scene. I mean, we've only been gigging for a year. This was the start of last year, and it's we just kind of keep coming out with all these new ideas. I mean, Karl came up with a great song idea back in the day, which is not recorded yet, and it was all done by him. But it's a completely different taste of what to expect from us and all that. And I think we're just kind of working all our way towards the middle and centralizing ourselves. And I think we've yet to find out who we really are.
Yeah.
But so far, it's been a lot of fun.
Okay, let's bring it a bit more up to date now. So, have you got any gigs coming up? What's your next gig?
Yep, 20th of January we'll be at Duffy's Bar again, and that's a Friday night show. So we're quite lucky that a lot of our friends will be able to come and visit for that one as well.
That'll be hot and sweaty. Anyone who can't afford to put the heating on, go down Duffy's Bar, because it's always hot and sweaty, especially when you guys play, no doubt. Okay, brilliant. And any more gigs after that in the local area? You've got the Derby one, you say?
Yeah, as you mentioned, we've got Metal to the Masters on 5th of February, and following up from that, we're just settling now with our new vocalist, and we're going to start looking for some more shows again. I think we'll keep a similar sort of pace to what we had before, where we aim for at least roughly a show every month.
Excellent. Sounds like a plan. What happened to your old vocalist then? Did his voice go? Was the screaming too much or what?
Yeah, basically, it's because he was with he had his own other band that he was doing with, and obviously it was a lot more mellow. There's a lot of just clean vocals in there and stuff, and he doesn't really like take to the screams. But when he came to us and when we all started jamming together, he started getting on the heavy vocals and all that, and eventually it just kind of wore out his throat. And his vocal coach actually turned around and said to him, says, you can't carry on like this because you're going to affect your voice in your own band, which is part of your degree. And sadly, we love him like a brother, always will. And he had to basically stand down because it was for the good of his future, really.
Yeah. Because I know, obviously, there's a special technique, I imagine, to get that growling sound going, isn't it?
Yeah, he was initially fully self-taught, and so when he started picking up screams, he pushed himself quite fast, quite quickly, without necessarily having the background and the fundamentals.
Right.
So, I think he's kind of relearning at the moment, but he also has a lot on his plate, and it just made sense across the board for that he had too much on his plate. We had we wanted to keep gigging, so we had to sort of find a way to make it work.
Yeah, sure. Oh, okay. All right then. Okay, guys. So just finally then, how can people follow you on your social media?
Facebook. So yeah, quite literally just go onto our Facebook page and you can follow us there. 11 Years Tyranny, and yes, spell the word 11 out.
Right.
so we're on Instagram as well. Carl, are we anywhere else, bud?
Our first 2 tracks are out on every streaming site. We've got YouTube as well. Quite easy to find. 11 Years Tyranny, and you'll find our name on various posters in Leicester. So stay tuned.
Great, and I'll look forward to seeing you this month even. February. No, January for your headliner at Duffy's Bar. So
that's the one.
Brilliant. Can't wait for that. Okay, guys. Well, thank you very much for chatting with me today on my little show. It's been great finding out about 11 Years Tyranny, and I very much look forward to seeing you in 20th of January at Duffy's Bar in your own gig. So that'll be great. So thank you very much, guys.
Yeah, cheers. Thank you very much. Very nice to speak to you.
Thank you very much indeed.
That was me chatting to young Chris and Karl from the Masters of Metal themselves, 11 Years Tyranny. With a fusion of genres there. How about that then? Okay, keeping things a little bit rocky, but slowing things down very, very slightly. Here's a bit of Borderline and Stupidity.
Be a bit me.
That was the wonderful Borderline and Stupidity. Okay, so finishing things off on this week's show, we're going to chill things right down a bit with the very latest from Aphrodite, released last week in fact. Or no, yeah, released in December 2022. Here's Aphrodite, Nothing on You.
So just give me time, and I'll show you what it's like. So why don't you? So I can just. So why don't you? So you can just. All the other girls ain't got nothing on you, babe. Ain't got nothing on you, babe. All the other girls ain't. All the other girls ain't got nothing on you, babe. Ain't got nothing on you, babe. Come on, baby. Come on. Let me love you. Let me love you. Come on, baby. You know that I want you. So take that crown and put it on your hair, baby. 'Cause there ain't nobody better than you. See, I know what it takes to fulfill your needs, so I'll give it to you. So why don't you? So I can just. So why don't you? So you can just. All the other girls ain't. All the other girls ain't got nothing on you, babe. Ain't got nothing on you, babe. All the other girls ain't. All the other girls ain't got nothing on you, babe. Ain't got nothing on you, babe.
That was a nice chilled way to end this week's show. That was Aphrodite and Nothing on You. That brings us to the end of another live, local and loud with me, Kevin Gaughan. I hope you enjoyed the show. Don't forget, if you want to see what gigs are going down in sunny Leicestershire, check out musicinleicester.co.uk and we've got a very handy gig guide. Also, if you want to hear any previous interviews or any more live, local and loud shows, check out musicinleicester.co.uk and you'll see a handy playlist on the right hand side. I'll see you next Thursday at 5 o'clock here at Hermitage FM. Do have a good week.